Welcome to Urban Knife Guy, where we explore the urban knife style and jungle survival. Today we're going to look at 5 small knives and we're going to assess their practical functionality as EDC knives. First, if you watch this channel regularly but have not subscribed, please do so to support the channel. Thanks a lot. So here are the 5 knives, starting from the left. This is the Cold Steel Micro Recon 1. This is the Buck 283 or Nano Bantam, the Black Fox Pachinko Bean Generation 2, the Bokeh Plus Subcon 2.0, and the CJRB Malia. I've done reviews for some of these knives, so if I did, I'll put the link in a card above or the description below when I talk about the knife. Let's start off with this Cold Steel Recon 1, or specifically the Micro Recon 1. It's a tiny knife, and this Recon 1 series is actually quite popular. They're the 2-inch, 3-inch, 4-inch, and 5.5-inch blades. This is a 2-inch blade, and basically it's kind of like a tactical knife, and all of them feature the triad lock, including this micro version. Just look at that on my palm. That's how small it is. So how small to medium size hands. There is a thumb stud, and you could kind of slow roll it. With the triad lock, you can flick it open, but there you have it. And this is the Tanto style blade. So this is almost like a toy when I feel it in my hands. Definitely the blade is solid, it is sharp. The blade steel is 4034. Now it's a low-end European steel. It's made by Krupp Steel. So steel is a budget steel. What you get for the scales are basically just G10 scales, no liners. So it is very lightweight. But as I talked about the Airlight from Cold Steel, large knife but with that similar construction, I just feel the handle feels a bit too light. I personally prefer a better balance between handle and blade. And of course, with these small knives, you can't get any full purchase. This is really a 2-finger knife. I have small to medium sized hands, and even 3 fingers is a struggle. I would assume that most people would just do 2 fingers just like that. So that's something to take note of. There is kind of a curve at the back for your thumb to go on, and that allows you to then get some kind of purchase to do your cuts. But that's the Micro Recon 1. Next up, we have the Buck 283 or the Nano Bantam. So the Bantam series is a collection of knives with this sort of a glass reinforced nylon handles and this kind of shape. But this is the Nano, which is small. So it looks just like that. It's drop point style blade. It's a nail nick and a lock back, which means you press that back and you close the knife. So I would say this is a very functional utilitarian knife. Handles also a bit light for my liking. Of course, bearing in mind these are small knives, but still, again, it's that blade to handle weight ratio that I personally like. This is the Black Fox Pachinko Bean Generation 2. So it was designed by Sergei Pachinko, and it's a slip joint. So that's what makes this knife different from the rest. This is slip joint, meaning there's no locking mechanism, and you can open it with one hand by slow rolling it like that. This one has a pocket clip, and it almost has that frame lock design, with one side being this zebra wood scales and the other side just being that pure stainless steel material. But it's not a lock, it is a slip joint, and it's got good detent, so it will never open up accidentally, and you do need a bit of force to get that open, and it also snaps and locks in place. Very satisfying click. Here we have something that looks completely different. It's like a credit card style knife. It's the Bokeh Plus Subcon 2.0. So it's flat, just like that. It is a frame lock. That's the frame. And we've got G10 scales over here. There's a thumb stud, also G10 material. And you get a very unique wide-bellied drop point style knife. So I think that's unique. Good in size, fits the bill as a small EDC, but definitely different from your conventional knife. And finally, with the CJRB Malia. So I think this is the most, I guess, what would be closest to a modern day flipper knife, or in this case, not a flipper, it's a thumb stud deployment, but you get good size. It is actually, I think, the biggest, longest blade among the rest, definitely the widest as well in terms of length and width. So I do like this personally. I've reviewed this and I do like it. I think the shape is good, the purchase is good, and the design aesthetics are also good. So I should mention the blade steels. I talked about this being that low-end steel 4034. This is 420HC, but with the Boss heat treatment. This is D2, D2, and finally for the CJRB, this is their proprietary ARRP M9 powdered stainless steel. So a variety of different steels, different knife designs, and different sizes. So what do I think of them? Which do I think is the best? Again, this is just my opinion, but let's talk about prices first because I think that can come into consideration. So this micro Recon listed price is $31.99 US. The Buck Nano Bantam, very inexpensive at $20.99, but you can get it at $13.50 if it's on discount. The Bean Generation 2 is $59.95 US, $45 if you can get it at discount. This Boca Plus, $50.95 US dollars, you can get it for $49 if it's on discount. And finally the CJRB, you can get it for $45, $69 or $34. So basically these two knives, definitely the most too expensive, and then you get the more inexpensive knives, and this is kind of in the middle. So which knives do I think is good, or which are good? It really depends on your needs. I'll give you an example. For the Boca Plus Subcon, I use this in my survival wallet because I want a credit card style knife. It's nice and flat, it doesn't take up much thickness and space. It can fit into the slots of the survival wallet. So this fits those needs perfectly. These knives won't work in that case. And this also has a good belly. Even though it's a bit thin, the belly makes up for that, makes it good slicer. D2 steel, good for survival situation as well. So in terms of that, this fits perfectly. Now if I wanted something really lightweight to put in a survival tin, or maybe a small survival kit, then I might go with one of these. Bearing in mind my personal dislike for the light handles aside, this would fit well because of being lightweight, and especially for this Nano Bantam, it's quite small and slim. It can fit in, for example, into, I believe, an Altoids in. I have tried to put it in before, and I did try, but yeah, I eventually did not put it into my survival tin. In fact, this Bean Gen 2 can also fit inside there. And if you need a slip joint knife because wherever you live does not allow locks, then you have only one choice among these, and this would be the Bean 2 because it is a slip joint, and I will be carrying this when I'll be traveling soon. So it makes perfect sense that I'll need this. But if I were to talk about just an everyday carry, if I'm not limited by whether I have a liner lock, out of all these, my personal favorite at this point is the CJRB Malia. I think it fits what I need and what I like. It's lightweight, but yet I feel that solidness of a knife that I'm confident to have. But when it goes into my pocket with this deep carry pocket clip, I don't feel it at all. And I can deploy it easily with one hand and get the work done. It's also got that nice thick reverse Tanto style blade. Thickness is also pretty good for a small knife, which I do like as well. And it's a liner lock. So there you have it, 5 EDC knives with blades less than 2.5 inches each. What do you think? Do you have any knives to recommend that fall under this kind of criteria? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like the content in general, please subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.